Yay Media Group.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS.
Okay, so Zach and I had our donor do her egg extraction this past week. And we got like all the results in and it was great and we were so excited and everything. And then I went to bed that night and I feel like I don't know what like switched, but I normally have like pretty vivid dreams and I just like haven't lately. I haven't like remembered they say like you always dream, but you just don't always remember what you dreamed about. And so I woke up the next morning and I was walking on the trail and I remembered I had this dream the night before and I don't remember what was happening in the dream, but I just remember Travis's mom was there. And I remember like she wasn't like holding her eggs, but like they were like, the eggs were like around her or present. And she was like, I just remember seeing her and then it was just like a white, like glowing background. And she was just happy and she was happy about the eggs.
Yes.
And I was like, huh. I couldn't shake it. And so I was walking the trail and it dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh, yesterday was 11/11. And we got 11 eggs.
Uh-huh.
And so I called Stephanie and I was like, did she pass on 11/11? And she was like, no. And she's like, why? And I told her and she was like, oh my gosh, that was like Travis's like angel number.
Yeah, for his mom. So whenever his mom passed away, Travis got in the car, in her car to drive it back. Mm-hmm. To the house and he looked down when he turned the car on and there were 111,111 miles. So all ones. And then something else happened during that time where it was like, he was seeing like 11/11, like the time and everything was kind of ones. And it's really weird. I would say this year, I'm like, Travis, I think your mom is trying to talk to me. Because I'll wake up at 11, 11 at night. I'll like just every time I look at my phone, I feel like it's all ones. And the same day and I didn't realize it was 11/11. I need to go to the Starbucks and apologize to this lady because I've actually felt bad about it for like a week now. But I go to Starbucks, not really, because I don't work and I really don't pay attention to what day it is, okay? Unless it's Friday, because I have to get cruise early and then I'm having to remind myself all day, don't forget your kid. So I am on my way home and I'm like, I'm just going to go to Starbucks and get something. So I go through the drive-through and the lady at the drive-through on Lemon, in case you see her, tell her Stephanie says sorry. First of all, something really cool has happened. Maybe somebody is doing this that listens to the podcast. This is my second time at that Starbucks that this has happened. So I'm in the drive-through at the Starbucks, and this is the second time. And there's a lady in front of me. I think it may be the same lady, and she's probably, I don't know, the nicest person ever, but if it's you, thank you. And every time I go to pay, the car in front of me has taken care of it.
Oh.
Like this has happened twice. So on that day, I went to pay and the lady was like, oh, ma'am, like the lady in front of you took care of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to chase her down and be like, thank you for the coffee.
Did you pay for the car behind you?
So I did. I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then I'll pay it forward and whatever the man has
like,
behind me.
wow, we had 100 cars and then the blue Bentley is what stopped it.
Everybody, like everybody's paying it forward and then I'm like,
kills it every time.
A selfish asshole, like, oh, thanks, I'll take the free coffee. So I was like, okay, well, I'll pay for the gentleman behind me. And she said, oh, you got a deal because his is cheaper than yours. I was like, fabulous, thank you. So then I paid for the guy behind me's coffee. Well, whenever she was like getting everything ready, I noticed on her forearm, she had a tattoo that said 11/11. And so she handed me my coffee. I said, ma'am, I'm going to ask you a really weird favor and feel free to say no because it's going to be a little awkward. And she said, okay, go. And I said, my husband's mom's angel number, she passed away a few years ago and he sees 11/11 everywhere. And I said, can I please take a picture of your tattoo? I want to send him that picture because I think he would think it was really cool and just something I was like, I won't get your face in, but can I take a picture of your tattoo? So she says, yeah, sure. So I take a picture of her tattoo before I drive away. And then she says, oh yeah, well, after I tell her it's Travis's mom's angel number. She says, oh, well, I have this because my birthday's on 11/11. So that's what this tattoo is for, right? So I drive home. I sent Travis that picture, right? And he never checks his text messages. God bless his soul. So I was thinking he'd be excited. And then like 2 hours later, he calls me and I'm like, did you see that picture? And he's like, no, I don't. And I was like, look, because I thought you were calling me to say that you loved it. And you weren't. So anyway, so I was telling him this story of this lady and, you know, her tattoo. And then I said, and then she told me it was for her birthday. And then I said, and I just, before you called, I was going to call you because I just looked on my phone and I realized that today is 11/11, the date. And I said, and now I'm realizing that today was her birthday. And she told me this. I don't even say happy birthday. I just said, great, and drove off. Bye. I'm a horrible person. And then that happened with you. So yeah, it's good. I was like, your mama's giving you some signs.
Well, yeah, so I told Stephanie this, and I was like, should I tell Travis this? Like, would he, what? And she was like, yeah. And so I told him, I was like, I don't know, like, I'm not telling you what to make of this, but like, here's what I know, here's what I had last night, and I like couldn't shake it, so.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
And then when I say he loved it so much, we went and walked the Katy Trail that night, because we're going to dinner, but we had like a few hours, and I was like, let's just do, like a quick walk. So we walked the trail, and when I say he was like, his phone was at home, so he was like, oh, call my sister. So he called his sister Sarah, told her about your dream, and then he called, and then I heard him in the closet getting ready, calling his brother, telling him about your dream, and then he called his other sister Marie, told her about. So everybody knows about your dream and your 11X. He's very excited.
I think there are moments where you absolutely get like little winks from like the other side. And I think that was one. And I was like, I don't think this is for me, but I think it's mine to share. So I was like, let me pass this on. But good. I'm glad it meant something to him.
And and I've had a lot. I told Travis, I was like, your mom has been talking to me especially this year. I've had a lot of things. I would say especially like in the past, 7-8 months, like on my phone, like 3 or 4 times, and I'll just show Travis, and he's like, that's crazy. I'll have like something like a YouTube thing pop up, and I don't even ever get on YouTube unless I'm watching those Caroline Gervin workout videos. So I'll have YouTube pop up, and it'll say, you have a message from God, 11/11. And then I'll click on it, and then it's like these, and I've had that like 3 times where it's like these message from God, 11/11 things. And then, like I said, I'm always seeing them now, but I'm like, and every time I do, I say, hey, Bonnie, I see you. So it's good. Yeah. I love it. Thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Hollman on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast. You can watch us on YouTube at Weekly Dose of BS.
Bye.
Yay Media Group.